Yep. Live. All the way live. All right, everybody. I'm back. So, once again, this is Mark with Beyond the Struggle podcast. For you other platforms that are watching, you already know who I am. We are live on TikTok as well tonight. Mentioned the other night, we are going to be migrating into TikTok. So, bear with me. We're going to get it done. I got a few announcements. I had said that we were going to be announcing what was going on lately. I know that TikTok, for the people that don't really go on other platforms, is really new to what we are doing. So, bringing the show over to TikTok is probably going to be a big thing. So we're going to try to do some live TikTok events. See if we can line up some guest people on here. Um, so some of the things I want to talk about for the people that are on my other platforms as well. I want to talk about that. I said that in the beginning of the year, I was telling you guys that we were working on trying to be official with the nonprofit. As of yesterday, we got our letter. We are officially um, a nonprofit 501. So God has blessed us with that. So we're going to make some moves and we're going to help some people. Um, and get some things going with that. Some of the other things, so that was one of the things I told you guys I was going to work on, and we got it done. So that's a huge one. Um, uh, what's this over here? Hold on a second. Dismiss, closing. Sorry, we won't be able to talk over here, so we should just load close this one out a little bit. Open this up. Yeah, there we go. That way we can. I think we can detach this even. Remove. Right. Let's see here. Oh, well, that's not what I was trying to do. Anyways, that sucks. Let's see here. That sucks. That's not what I was trying to do here. But whatever. There we go. All right. Let's see here. Oh well, we'll get this pat down. Probably gonna take a couple of these to get this figured out. But till then, it is what it is. Um. Okay. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so we got the nonprofit up and running, so that's a good thing. So we can once we get um once we get that up and running, we'll be able to start helping out some people. So that's a done deal. The one thing I know I was talking to everybody about for a while there was the schools. Um, Everything is going good with that. It slowed down a little bit because I wanted to. We built a new podcast room, so we put the studio together. Once that was up and running, now we can get back focused on trying to get that put together. We're just trying to get the material now. I've already had the meeting with the moms that we're going to be bringing into the schools and doing that, and we'll be good to go. So I'm pretty sure that that ain't going to be take very long. Again, for those that have been following this journey and have been with me from the beginning know that that's one of my passions I want to do. I want to get some awareness into these schools about fentanyl. I also want to get in there about just regular drugs, stuff like that. And I say regular drugs, I mean we're talking about weed and vape pens. I just want to bring the awareness to the kids. That's one of the things I've had on my heart to do. We have some other things that we want to line up, but we got to take baby steps, and I'm learning that now, 6 7 months into this, that we got to take baby steps. Even though God is continually blessing us, and if things continue to flow and go the way they're going, um, I'm going to continue to allow God to make those choices in our life. So the school's still happening. For those that were wondering, We will be doing that. We will be taking you guys with us. Um, and you guys will get to see all that. So if this looks weird, I apologize. I will figure this out sooner than later. Um, oh, look, you can pop all this. See, this is what I'm talking about. Nah, I don't know. I have to figure this out. Anyways, I'm gonna figure all this out. When I do, I'm gonna be dangerous. I'm gonna be dangerous on here. I promise you guys. So anyways, we are for those that have been following, we are gonna be doing the going into the schools. We'll be taking you guys with us. Um, Anybody that is interested in doing interviews on here on TikTok live, we're probably going to start setting. I'm going to start setting times on here, and we'll get on here, and then we can start maybe doing some interviews on here, even if it's just get on here and chat. I want to set up some panels now that TikTok has allowed us to get on here and do our live. I want to get some panels set up on here. I think it'd be good to bring in some other people from TikTok that are on here with the same cause and the same rhyme and reason, I suppose you would say, um, and bring them on here and do the same thing so we can talk and maybe come up with a master plan. You never know. So that's up to date on the schools. Um, Again, um, we have some series going on for those that are new to our page on TikTok, which our page is new to TikTok. Everybody else knows. Um, we are starting a bunch of series. So we started a series, a cop and a ex-con walk into a podcast. I'm sitting down with a friend of mine. She's a cop in Arkansas, and we sit there and we exchange stories and share some stories and stuff like that. We're going to be coming on to TikTok for those that are on TikTok, that are on my other platforms on YouTube and Facebook. You guys should come over and follow me on TikTok, and let's get this party started. We're gonna do some live sit downs, stuff like that. So she'll be joining in with that. I do have some other series. I have another series that I'm doing with my brothers. It's called Brothers Beyond the Struggle. We're going to be doing an episode two. We already got one. If you guys haven't watched it, it is on YouTube. I advise you to go watch that. It's really good stuff. It's called about it's the last one we just did was about addictive personalities. Um, and when we're just to touch base on that, what you know when you quit and you get sober, one of the big things that I always find is you seem to pick up other stuff, being addicted to something else and you don't notice it. Mine, for instance, was gambling for many years, and I just quit that a year ago. So I was doing that behind the scenes, but it was like my justification behind that was that I wasn't, um, my bills are paid. I'm not selling off my stuff, so I don't have it bad. But I could have been doing so much more, and so I'm definitely regretful for that. But I prayed on it, and we're literally like, I mean, who's counting, right? We're like literally 16 days away from a year, my brother and I, from celebrating a year in the casino, no gambling, and I was gambling for about 18 years, 19 years, something like that, 20 years. Every weekend, if not every other weekend, we live 45 minutes from the casinos where I live at, and that was an issue. So that was a behavior that I felt like I needed to get control of. We sat back and hey everybody, we sat back and gave up one addiction for another. You know, um, we don't notice it. So I wanted to touch base on that because that is something I want to talk more about when I get on here and we start going through these live videos on TikTok. Um, it truly is. It's a dangerous. I think it's a dangerous field because, when we sit back and you're like, man, I'm clean, I'm sober, I've been doing right, 3, 4 years, 5 years, and then, but you're still you jump into shopping or you jump into drinking, or I could just have one drink and now you're drinking every single weekend, and before you know it, you got a whole nother habit. Um, so I don't know. We'll touch some more on that, but that's pretty much what that is. So that's what that series is about. I think you guys should go watch it. It's on YouTube. It's in one of the podcast reels in there called Brothers Beyond the Struggle, and that's another series that we're starting. So I will go watch that. Our website for those on TikTok that are all watching on TikTok right now. Um, excuse me, that are watching on TikTok, we have a website. It's called Beyond the Struggle dot life. Um, Not to be confused with anybody else, but we do have let me show you, just like give you guys a glimpse. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it, but yep. So this is what it looks like. It has a microphone on it. It says Beyond the Struggle. That is what our page looks like. Um, there's a calendar on there. Real easy to navigate through. Go on there if you guys want to, or you know anybody else that wants to jump on there and tell their testimony. I would love to have you. Everything is pre-recorded. We can do lives. We can do panels. If you know anybody that is firefighter, police officer, doctor, lawyer, they want to share their perspective on it. Or if you want to just get on here and tell your testimony, period. We're also opening the platform for um, moms and dads and uncles and aunts and stuff like that that have maybe had to deal with somebody in addiction. You have a testimony too. Don't feel like you're just shut out. So if you know somebody like that and they want to get on here and tell their testimony, we are more than happy to take them. We also will be doing, we are still working on it. I mentioned this last week on TikTok or a few days ago on TikTok. We are putting together some consent forms and some cutting some red tape and doing this and that. But we will be doing interviews for young adults, I guess you would say. I don't know how young, whatever. But for the children that have had to deal with people, parents, uncles, aunts, grandmas, and addiction, they need to be heard too, man. And I think it's good for us parents that have been through that, that have had children that have had to went through that to um, be able to hear that story and let it remind us what we put our children through, and what the difference of what they got to see, how they got to see us grow, and not so much of just like um, your friend or your aunt or your uncle or whoever just telling you, "Hey, you did a good job. I'm proud of you. You've been sober for X amount of time, blah blah blah." But when you get to hear it from a perspective of a child, 15, 16, 17 years old, um, I think it makes a huge difference to know that you're doing the right thing. Um, so we're gonna start doing that anyways. And I think it's gonna be a good thing. We're gonna add those into the website, the consent forms, because we gotta get consent forms because that's just the right thing to do. We probably could get away with it without doing it, but let's just do it right. And like I said from the beginning, for those that are watching on TikTok right now, everything that Beyond the Struggle podcast does, we will be transparent with all of our followers. Um, when we make big moves, you guys are going to make moves with us. So if this is something you think that this fits the criteria of what you want to do and give back and stuff like that, and be a part of and watch grow, this is definitely the podcast for you. This is definitely the show for you. We're going to be doing that. So that's our primary, one of our primary goals is to be saving lives, reaching out, telling stories, being a platform for people's voices, for testimonies. Um, whether it was drugs, or how God changed their life, you name it, we're here for you. Bring it to the table. Everybody wants to hear it. Everybody has a story, and I definitely think the children deserve to have a platform for their voice as well. So, like I said, let me think what else got going on. Oh, so anyways, that's that. And then the website. Don't forget the website. If you were talking about the scheduling, that's where I got off key. Um, if you go on there, there's a calendar. Go on there to do some scheduling on the website. That's what I got sidetracked. There's going to be some extra stuff on there. Some There's a store on there. There's going to be more gear put up. We have cups and tumblers, I think, and shirts and hats right now, beanies. There's going to be hoodies. They're putting them together now as we speak. So hopefully within the next week or so, we'll have some hoodies. Um, and as well on there is the calendar. So it's easy. If you want to go on there and you know somebody, just let them know. Go on there. There's the schedule the times. Um, I'm gonna be mixing it up here soon. I'm gonna be putting a female co-host on here once we get to talking and figuring stuff out. So that way, there is times where females sometimes just feel more comfortable speaking with females, I'm okay with it because it doesn't change nothing for me. Um, I all the stories matter, and I want to save everyone. So if that's what it takes, so be it. Doesn't matter. So we'll be adding that in there as well. Trying to think what else is on there. There's some testimonies on there, and again, for those just joining in, if you haven't seen, go to YouTube, Beyond the Struggle podcast. This is the logo you will see everywhere. Just to let you guys know, stuff. Um, this is what we look like. There's no other. There's nothing else. All the rest of the other ones, whatever they got us. So this is the logo you will see if you're thinking who I want to be part of that. This is this. Um, so go over to YouTube, check out some of those. At minimum, go over there and check out the shorts. Go over there and check out some of the videos. Find the ones you like. Find the ones you relate with. There's some really good ones on there. My one of my co-hosts on here, her name is Amy. Go check out her stuff. It is fire. There are some really good testimonies on there that just are moving, man. That will blow your mind and let you feel that you're not alone in this. So I would definitely tell you to go over there and check those out, man. Um, s- I wrote everything down this time because I need to be more ready. So anyways, as far as the testimonies go, anybody that wants to do live testimonies, anything like that, it is on the website. If you want to be on TikTok and do some live testimonies, um, reach out to me, message me. I'm all in. If you guys want to do multiple collaborations or something like that, let's talk. Message me. Let's talk about it. If you want to do page interactions, I'm okay with that too. Just reach out, message me. I'm here to talk. I have 20 years clean. I have been doing this a long time. Before I started the podcast, I've always talked on some of these platforms, just without a name behind it and everything like that. God put it on my heart to start this up. Um, Started from nothing, literally nothing. I wish I could show you some of the gear that I started with. It like literally was nothing. You could go back and check out some of my first videos and see it. It's like literally one of those hand recorders. Not that bad, but it was pretty bad. At least I felt it was. I didn't know how to use anything. I'm still learning. Right now I have 3 different pages open, trying to learn how to do all that stuff. So I'm gonna figure it out though. And when I do, it's gonna be awesome. So that's as far as the testimonies go. Um, we will be actively on TikTok. So I haven't figured out how much. I think in between because my schedule's open like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I believe Saturdays and Sundays as well. Saturdays and Sundays, I'm a little bit more time. Sundays I got church, but after church I have a little bit more time. So I'm gonna designate. I don't know. You guys let to and for everybody else that is on the other platforms as well. Let me know what you think. Uh, um, we should do, you know what I mean? Like maybe like once a week or twice a week, or I don't know. In between because I can block out the scheduled date that day for TikTok, and we could just do TikTok, you know what I mean? And then come on here and then we just get to rambling and talking about recovery. I could pick a topic, you guys could pick a topic, we can talk about it. I'm all about that. Um, what else? Oh, so I mentioned the other day for anybody that did come back that's watching me right now on TikTok that did come back. Um, we are going to be doing some giveaways. If you are on TikTok and you're watching this, and if you're on any of the other platforms and have TikTok, I ask you to please come over and uh, follow us. We are trying to get to 1,000 followers sooner than later because that's what TikTok asked me to do. So they gave me permissions to do the lives before then. They like the material, but we have to get to 1,000 followers. so we can get to the next level of recording and doing all the stuff we want to do. So we still got access at the lives though, so that's a blessing. So we will be doing some giveaways. Again, this is something that you guys are interested in. We have some Beyond the Struggle t-shirts, some hats, and I'm trying to think what else. Oh, I do got some faith shirts, stuff like that, with some cool little slogans on them. And we will be giving those away. Let me know what you guys think, how you guys want to run that. Maybe we'll run another live video during this week, later this week, and put up a poll or something about how we should do that. Maybe um, I don't know. We'll figure it out. You guys let me know what you guys think. I'm always down to listen for sure. Sorry about that. So we'll do the giveaways. So that was one of the things I wrote down. And you guys let me know. Comment on here. Comment on this video. Or any on any of the platforms. Comment on there. Let me know what you guys think. How we should do some giveaways. If I could get my hands on some hoodies before we do the giveaways, we'll even do that and go from there. You know. I wrote at the bottom here, not even lying. I don't know if you guys can see it now. You guys can't see it's too bright in here. Anyways, I wrote at the bottom, TikTok takeover. So that's pretty much what this is gonna be. This is my second live video on TikTok. The first one was kind of excuse my language, was kind of lame. I didn't even know where none of these buttons were, none of this stuff. I don't know how to work none of this stuff. Probably prehistoric. I know it sounds like it, but we are gonna migrate over here. I think Beyond the Struggle podcast needs to be on TikTok. I think there's a lot of viewers on here. I've watched some other channels on here, and I'm just, I don't get them. But we're gonna be here, and we're gonna bring some some really good material to this page. So for those again that are on Facebook, YouTube, all that, if you guys haven't followed me on TikTok, come over. Beyond the Struggle podcast. I believe it's yeah, Beyond the Struggle podcast. I don't know if there's anything after that, but come over here, follow me over here. Let's get this going. I have some things set up. I'm working with a couple friends right now. We're working on getting some of these lives set up. So I think you guys will like it. And then what I'll do is I'll start setting some time. So if you guys follow me, I'll start setting some times for some recording sessions. And then you guys can jump on. You don't got to be waiting or guessing. Like the other platforms, I kind of just jump on and jump off. It's just pretty much come and go, post up some stuff, watch some videos. But what I like about this is I do like getting on here and talking recovery, and this allows me to do that. So um, that's what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna get on here. We're gonna take questions, answers, people that are just fresh into recovery, looking for help. We do offer resources. I want to add that in there. So on our webpage, beyondthestruggle.life, at the bottom down there, there's a few little boxes that you can click on. I don't know if they look like boxes, but there's little pictures on the bottom that you could click on. If you know anybody that's struggling in any state in the United States, you can click on one of those pictures, and it'll take you to another web page that we work with. That you just put in your city, state, zip code, and what you're looking for, detox center, whatever it is you're looking for, and it will find something near you. If it does not, reach back out to me. You can reach me through the website, or you can go on Facebook Messenger, on here on TikTok. Reach back out to me, and we'll find you some help. If we can't, I will find somebody that can find you some help. We have plenty of resources. Um, hey, what's going on, sir? Um, we have plenty of resources, so definitely reach out to me if you're looking for that. We are currently acquiring more resources as we go, so we're going to be updating that web page. And yeah, you like that on all three platforms. Yeah. That's I just told everybody right now. For those that are on TikTok, that's my other partner down here, Chris. So we are calling this the TikTok takeover. Yeah, that's what it's called for tonight. No, um, the we have a lot of work to do, and we are moving at God's pace, and we've been blessed with a lot of things. And so one of the big things, and Chris is on here now. We got approved for our 501 c for our nonprofit yesterday. For those that just joined in, uh, IRS blessed us. So we were going to be making moves with that. We can really do some damage and make, and I mean that in a good way. We can do some, we're going to help some people, we're going to get some help, and then we're going to do donations. We're going to do stuff like that. We're going to get out there and help some people. This has always been a passion for me. And it's just getting bigger. God's been blessing more and more. And I'm so thankful for it. For everybody else that follows me on the other platforms, just like I said, if you guys want, if you guys aren't on TikTok, I'm not diverting away from any Facebook or YouTube or any of that. Everything is still going to remain the same. We're just adding TikTok to the platform now. And one of the other things we're going to be doing that we're working on now, but it's a slow process. Is we're going to be diving into Spotify and Apple Podcast audio only, since we have about 30-40 videos now. We're going to jump into the audio of those, and I think that's where we're at with it. And we're going to be doing lives on those as well. So I've reached out to um, Apple Podcast and see what how that works. Because again, I want to be transparent with everybody. Every move that Beyond the Struggle makes, I want you guys to be part of it. I've said that from the beginning. You can go watch some of my older videos. Everything that we do, we want to be straight transparent. If you give, even if you give $1 to us, I want you to know your dollar is going to something, and we're going to show you. So no matter what, that's never going to change. We go out, we feed people what you're going to see, because I want you to know what your money's going to. I want you to know that it serves a purpose, and not just your money, your time. Your time is a blessing to me because you get on here and you get to listen to me talk about what I love to talk about, which is recovery. So, and God, you know. So this is awesome. Um, we we'll be making some other moves, and those other announcements will be coming. I just don't want to prematurely announce anything that I don't know for sure that is going to be coming into play. I have some really good friends that are going to be stepping in as well. Some counselors and stuff like that. I started my schooling, so that's another huge one for myself and for you guys and for this podcast as well. I mean, I talk like I have a license, but I don't. I've been doing this for a long time, 20 years. That's what this talk is. Um, so, you know, it's a real blessing to be able to be on here and talk the way I talk because I've seen a lot. I've dealt with a lot of people. I've seen a lot of different recoveries. I've seen a lot of people relapse. I've seen a lot of people OD. I know what works. Everybody is different, and everybody I would say everybody, they get sober differently, but there's a lot of key ingredients to getting clean and sober. Um, and I know what those I feel in my heart. I can look at you guys in the face and tell you I know what those a lot of those key ingredients are, you know. Um, and a solid foundation, basing your foundation on Jesus, basing your foundation on the people you hang out with, things like that. These are a lot, they seem like common sense, but for a lot of us it don't come so common. So um I'm gonna be here for you guys. I always tell everybody, if something happens, you need to reach out to me. And I wish I had some of the people that have been following me from the beginning outside of Chris on here. They would tell you, man. You know, I I have taken phone calls in the middle of the night. I wish my wife was in here, as a matter of fact, 'cause she would tell you. I have taken phone calls and text messages in the middle of the night, and I will if that's what we need to do. Um, I have helped people, and I will continue to help people, and that's what we're going to do. That's what we're here for. We're going to talk recovery. We're going to make moves, and we're going to make them together. All right. So that's where we're at. I will keep you guys updated on the schools that's going to go in, um, and learn this a little bit more. Um, so I'll keep you guys updated on the schools, on the series. Go over, subscribe to us on YouTube. That's probably the best way to at least keep up on the videos, keep up on the series. You guys could go watch them over there. Um, and and then on TikTok, I'm gonna start putting the videos on there that they allow me to, the smaller videos, I guess, right? Something like that. It probably sound real new here. Um, So we're gonna be doing that, so you guys could go watch those. I'll break those down. I think it was like 10-minute videos or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but um, oh, you like that? You like that series? Yeah, yeah, my friend. She's so nice, man. She's got a big heart, and shout out to her. And I kind of don't want to ruin it, but I'm gonna bring her on the show, and we're gonna start doing some lives, and I think actually that a cop and a felon, cop and an ex, a cop and an ex-con walk into a podcast series. I think we're gonna actually start doing that live. She has a pretty big following, and I think we're just trying to work it out to what times work best for her on the weekends, and I think me and her are gonna actually take that to the live. Um, to live. So we just did one last night or Sunday night, and we've been doing them on Sundays, and I've been posting them. So I'll be posting that up if you guys go over to YouTube again. And look, I have a video we're going to be posting up here probably tomorrow. Really good one, man. You guys should go check it out. It's we had actually one of my brothers call from prison. He's been locked up for about 8 or 9 years. He called from prison, and she talked to him from while he was in prison. So I think it was pretty cool on her part, and pretty cool on my homeboy's part that he called from prison and was able to do something like that. Um, I think that's about it as far as everything goes. Um, I'm trying to think here. Let me see if I can move some stuff around here. No, 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 no. What else? Oh, while I'm on here, I might as well give a shout out to my homeboy Chris. Chris helps me with Beyond the Struggle as well. Every now and then, he has his own podcast going with him and a friend of his, I believe, with his pastor. It's Conversations with the Mafia podcast. You guys should go check it out. That's fire. They talk about problems that men go through, which it's really good. I like it and can relate with a lot of the problems that we go through. But I'll let you guys go over there and check that out. Um, Let's see here. I think that's about it. I don't really have too much other things to put together. It is wintertime, so there's no rallies or nothing to be chasing around out there till summertime. But we will be doing that. Again, for those people that are just on TikTok, which I just learned this yesterday, there is actually just people that just do TikTok. They don't go to other platforms. So for those that are just on TikTok and not other platforms, just to let you know, we will be doing other stuff out in the community as well, barbecues and stuff like that. I don't know the full details of everything yet, but we're going to be putting some stuff together. It's going to be a blast. Um, Let me see what else could I do here. I'm trying to think as much as I can get in with you guys. For those that don't know me, my name is Mark, and I have 20 years clean, and I have my testimony up on Facebook if you guys want to see it. It's a little long, but you guys can break it down. My cousin watched it, and the way she says she did it, split it up. So she says she watched like 30 minutes and then did another 30 another time. But it's really good because then you get to know me and you get to know my past. I was very transparent with my life. I didn't hold nothing back, as testimony shouldn't be. It's not mine to keep; it's for you, to show you that there's things that all of us go through in similarity somehow, some way. And that was one of the big reasons I wanted to get it out there, because it was like I'm sitting here and I had took about, I don't know, maybe like 8 or 9, I think like 8 or 9 testimonies before I did mine, and, God was putting on my heart, is like, "Man, I just keep taking these testimonies," and I'm like, "Nobody, you guys trust me with these testimonies and sit here and give you advice, but you know nothing about me except that I'm clean." And, so I thought it was only fair to put it out there. Um you know, uh, about myself, and just briefly, I'll just go into it about 5 minutes, real quick, and let you know. I started using drugs at a young age, 13. Been to prison twice. Lost my brother to AIDS when I was young. I would say like 11 or 12 years old. I lost my brother. I think he was like 11 years older than me. He died at a young age. He got some bad blood. He got a blood transfusion. He got some bad blood. um, I lost after that. I lost my mother when I was like 21. About 11 years later, I think I lost my mom. That was my first prison term in California. Did 3 years out there. Did about 5.5 years here with the 2 years of uh, intense drug rehabilitation program in Colorado. It was called Pier One. Um, Probably one of the craziest ones in the United States. If you guys ever look it up, um, went through that and started a business with my brother. We've been in business now 20 years. Limb Walkers Tree Service in Denver, Colorado. Successful doing that, and happily married, got children, and just been doing this. That's pretty much a brief wrap up. So everything else between, there was a lot of in betweens there of my sobriety time. Never went to rehab. Um, always went until I was in jail. That was my rehab, and then I got out, and I felt like while I was locked up, I just learned how to be a better criminal, which which any of you guys that are watching knows that that doesn't work out like that. That's not how it works. Um, I I thought that that's how it worked, but it doesn't. Even I remember being locked up, taking people's numbers. Like, when we get out, we need to hook up. Um, it doesn't work like that. It never did. I got out thinking I was a better criminal, and I was probably just worse, and a bigger addict, to be honest with you. So, this last time my sit down, I had a 13-year sentence. I had a 13-year sentence with 5 years parole, and decided I wanted to be done. Went to the program. Thank God for Pier One, and it just sat me down. I learned a lot about myself, a lot about addiction, um, a lot, just internal, I guess you would say. I'm looking for, like, I don't know the right word I'm looking for, but anyways, it's, inside soul searching type of thing. Um, when it comes to recovery, the things that it takes, not just surface stuff. I do these interviews, and I do these testimonies, and I always tell everybody in there, you got to work these core issues. This program taught me how to work this core issue, and taught me that those are one of the key ingredients to staying sober, is working those core issues, stuff like that. So that program taught me a lot of that stuff, and awareness, um, to be aware of my surroundings, to be aware of who I'm hanging out with, teaching me what it really meant when you say you're only good as the company you keep, stuff like that. Learning how to cut ties with people that are no good for you, no matter what the cost is. You have to do stuff like that. So these are the things that I'm just sharing with you, that I learned through that program, and that I learned throughout 20 years of being clean. Um, I've cut off my friends. I've been there for them. People that don't want to get their stuff together. I'd be a liar to sit here and tell you that I haven't tried to help the next person out that I literally called a friend, and help them get on their feet. And you know, 9 out of 10 times they're going to burn you if they're not ready to get their stuff together. And I've taken them back, even, and try to help them again, but at no cost will I ever jeopardize what I have for that. And that's a hard one, because I have a huge heart, and I love to help people, but this is another key ingredient you have to do. No matter who it is, you got to put yourself first and foremost, and your sobriety got to come first. So, anyways, that's the kind of stuff that's going to be on this podcast. We're going to be talking about. Um, so I am gonna cut this off. We've been on here for 45 minutes, and it got juicy towards the end. So, but again, I can sit on here, we can talk, and hopefully next time, for all that are on the other platforms that are watching this, Facebook and all that, you guys come over. If you guys don't have TikTok, just come over for TikTok now. Now that I'm here, if you guys don't like TikTok, join in. Come follow me. Um, and I'll be here for you. We're going to start doing videos on here. We're going to start doing interviews on here. Pretty sure we're going to start doing interviews on here. This is barely my first video, so I'm sure I'm gonna get messages. I got one the other night when I did one. So, if you have not followed me over here if you are following me on my other platforms and you have TikTok, I ask you, come over to TikTok, follow me on TikTok. Let's get those followers up. I need to get to 1,000, hopefully by the end of the month. Who knows? You never know. This might blow up. We'll see what happens. We get there, then I don't have to stress on all this other stuff, because it's crazy that for those that have TikTok and know how to do TikTok, I am like limited here on what I'm able to do. So, um, Yeah, I can't. Once I get, let's just put it like this. I'm gonna be like, because I told you guys I'm being transparent with you guys. Once I get to 1,000 followers, they're gonna give me the keys. So I don't have to be on this platform. I could just run it off of one platform, all three platforms off one platform. But I can't get that till I have 1,000 followers on TikTok. So once I get to that point, they'll give me my keys. Once I get the keys, I could go onto one platform and be on all three at the same time, which would be awesome because then I won't keep looking all weird like I'm looking over here at my other screen. But yeah. All right, you guys. It is 8 o'clock. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I love everything that you guys do. All the support for people that have been following me, people that ain't following me, follow me. Let's do it. Let's save some lives together. Um, for those that are just jumping on and meeting me for the first time, man, this is I promise you guys are gonna enjoy this. Things are gonna really ramp up and we're gonna get going. Um, 2026, I got a feeling is just gonna be just it's gonna be insane. And it might be sooner than that. Who knows? But we got some things going. So I wanted to get over here. Now we got all the platforms involved. Uh, the TikTok takeover. All right, you guys. I love you guys. You guys have a great night, and I will see you guys. That is a good question. Before I go, let's figure that out real quick. I can't do what is today? Today is Tuesday, so not tomorrow. We have Bible study. How do I have a oh let's do you guys Friday? Let's do Friday. Let's do Friday, 7 o'clock. I'll post it on here on TikTok for those that are on here. Yeah, let's do Friday, 7 o'clock. I'll make an event on here for those that are still sitting here with me. Let's do it. Friday, 7 o'clock. I'll see you guys then. We'll jump back on TikTok. Let's talk some recovery. Maybe I could get somebody to join me on here. All right, you guys. All right, man. Love you guys, and so long. Let's start ending this.